This is my dinner. I'm extremely hungry, but I'm not going to eat until I teach you how to script winning ads. And in the process, increase your ROAS. Let's get into it. We're going to focus on two things in this video. One is deep research and one is scripting. And in the future videos, I'm going to cover content creation and retention editing. So grab a pen and paper or open your Notion because this video is going to be an absolute value bomb. And I'm quite sure about the fact that it's going to reduce your cost per lead. My name is Syed Izhaan. I post every Sunday. This is my fourth video on YouTube and I'm grateful that you're here. I'm going to do my best to give you the value that you've come for. I work a 9 to 5. I work as a social media manager at Royal Wharf Clinic in London, and I also run a marketing consultancy on the side. I generally charge my clients about £2,000 to £5,000, managing the entire content creation process and the entire funnel creation between organic and inorganic content as well. And the reason I'm able to charge so much is because I have leverage. I consistently am able to deliver these kind of results. We were able to grow our page from 400 to 100,000 followers in 3 months, moving forward to 262,000 followers in the next 8. In this video, I'm going to give you a framework that you can use from scratch to script an inorganic video and make sure you don't burn money. And if you're thinking why you should listen to me, rewind this video by 15 seconds. And if that doesn't do it and you're still in doubt, let me tell you something. Even though I know this process by heart, I've spent a couple of hours this weekend researching and actually scripting out this video so that I can deliver the value that you've come for. Firstly, what you need to understand is the traditional funnel is existent, but inefficient. Things have changed. The video itself has become a funnel. Think about it. People get aware of your brand at the start of the video, develop interest during your video, build desire with your storytelling, and sometimes even take action at the end of the video. All this with an extremely well scripted video. So the video itself in 2025 acts as your funnel. A lot of SMEs do this mistake, right? With big corporations, it's still justifiable, but awareness campaigns are pointless. You don't need to run awareness campaign. If I was an SME, what I'd do is I'd focus on sales campaigns and I'd structure the video in a way that a stranger gets to know my brand and by the end of the video, build desire and also feel like purchasing. So I treat that video itself like a funnel. Now to script a good ad, what you need is research. And when you're doing that, you need to understand two things. You need to understand your ICP, your ideal customer persona or your ideal customer profile. You need to understand their pain point and their dream outcome. When you understand that, you can script a video in which they are convinced that you are the solution to relieve or solve their pain. So again, what you need, persona, problem. So I'll give you an example. A persona could be a doctor and then the pain would be being underpaid in the United Kingdom. The messaging that I would do is focusing on how personal branding could solve that problem. That's just a quick example. There are many other examples I can give, but let's move on to the next part. Now I use a very specific ChatGPT prompt to create an extensive table to list down my target audience, their pain points, their dream outcomes, and also to create proxy audiences. I'll list the GPT prompt in the description below, and I'll also give you a framework in the end of the video, so lock in and stay focused throughout this video. Then I'll also go ahead and list all the USPs of the service that I'm providing. Now that you have this table and you have some understanding on who your audience is or which persona you're targeting, ChatGPT gives you some basic pain points, but to really understand their pain points, you need to interact with them. So manually, what you'd have to do is go and do surveys, but an easier way to do that is to actually do something called Reddit scraping or Reddit mining. So what you want to do is go to Reddit or go to Quora, put in your keywords of your niche, of your service, see what people are searching about, and understand what kind of conversations are happening on that platform. You can automate this process using an extension called Appify. The second thing what you'd want to do is search viral content in your niche, go to the comment section and scrape the comment section, understand what your target audience is actually commenting, what are negative comments, what are the positive comments. The next part is very important. Do not run ads without this. Look at your competitors. Now, how do you do that? What you have to do is go to this website here. Anyone can look at any business's ads or any personal brand's ads that are being run currently and have been run in the past. So basically active and inactive ads, both are visible. Now you want to go put in your keyword in your niche and you want to see what kind of ads they're running. You want to analyze the creative and you also want to analyze the copy that they're using. This will help you loads because this gives you proven framework that are working already for businesses and you don't have to go through a lot of trial and error. Coming to scripting, this used to be a very tedious task back in the day. you needed copywriters or you needed someone experienced. But now it's become extremely easy, of course, because of ChatGPT. So first things first, when you go to these competitors, take the copy and transcribe it. So you'd want to take their creative, and if they're saying something, transcribe it. Or if it's a creative one, for example, there's nothing being said, it's a motion graphic, storyboard it. Understand what's the copy being used on video. Use these frameworks, put it in ChatGPT and derive your own framework, or ask it for about 10 versions for your own service. Now the second thing is custom scripts. Now the way you do this is by using the framework I'm going to give you. I start with a hook. Of course, without a hook, you're going to burn money. You need to focus 70% of your attention on this hook because you want to call out your target audience. So in this hook, what you want to do, you want to list the pain, you want to relate to a problem. I shoot about 6 to 7 hooks while scripting this ad. So you have 6 variations of hooks. This will allow you to do A/B testing and understand which is the winning hook. But now coming to the second part, after hooks, you need to do something called a build-up or cost narration. Because once you've hooked them, they need to have a reason or a purpose of why they need to see your ad. There's a bunch of ads being run and no one likes to consume ads, right? You need to make an ad valuable and enjoyable. So you need to nail your hook, but you also need to give them a reason to watch the entire ad. So this is where you do something called cost narration or build-up. I'll give you a few examples. A build-up could be, I spent about 20 hours this weekend researching this information for you. So what you feel after I've said that is, man, this guy's put an effort to deliver this information for me. He spent time. So me consuming this saves me time and I also learned something valuable. That is a build-up. Or for example, when I told you that I charge my clients 2,000 to 5,000 pounds and these are my results, that is a build-up. That's a cost narration because now I have authority to speak about this. I'm not someone randomly on the road who's picked up a phone who's speaking about a random topic. After that, you need to give them some sort of value by solving the problem, right? You don't want to say that I have the solution, come click on that. You need to give them some breadcrumbs. I would give them a lot of value in this because someone who doesn't know you is watching your video, and for them to trust you or to even be interested in you, you need to give them big value upfront. And you do that by actually solving some kind of problem or giving them a part of the solution in the video. So the value needs to be in a way that someone can take that information and actually solve a part of the problem. But what you don't know is when you solve a part of the problem, it always creates new problems when you go to execute it. You will find a lot of people resisting giving up their solution. But trust me, when you give big value and you help people up front, you will get a massive return on ad spend. You can give them the solution, but you're going to be selling the implementation. The next part is where you enforce or you solidify what you've said so far. And I usually, and everyone usually does this through testimonials. It sounds very salesy, but it is what it is. You have to do them. You have to show your testimonials. You have to present a case study. It's a very important part of your ad. And then you end with a call to action. I like to shoot about 3 to 4 versions of call to actions. For example, a messengers, a callers, click the link below or visit our website. Kind of call to action, which is said verbally. So then I can use it and test it out with 4 different kind of ads. Now, recently I came across an ad that was very intriguing, right? I usually don't like to watch ads, but when I come across good ads, I watch them, I consume them, I analyze them, and I reference them. I copy the link and I keep it to see why I was hooked on or why it caught my attention. The psychology that person used was that he was giving a limited time offer, but only if I clicked that particular ad, not any other ad. So what he was banking on was fear of missing out and scarcity. And when you tap into this, you will notice a very significant increase in your cost per click and your cost per lead eventually. So now once you've done that, you'd want to run your ads in a campaign, create ad sets, do A/B testing, find your winners, and then transcribe your winners, feed it back into ChatGPT, get more versions of it, and rinse and repeat. Now using this same technique, I was able to run an ad which gave me a ROAS of 25 to 35. I'm not bullshitting you. Yes, it was about a £1,000 ad, but that ROAS was unbelievable. The business was so shocked. There's 2 reasons, right? One, the creative was bang on. Second, the service was much needed. It was for hair transplants. It's a high ticket offer. So the kind of ROAS that came in it made sense to spend that kind of money. Number 3, the business had amazing organic content. That means if someone sees the ad and clicks on the profile, they end up on a page which has a lot of followers, a lot of really good content that nurtures the lead. The person's already consumed the content and then heads to the website and then submits the lead. Unbelievable. And I also implemented the same thing with my mom's curtain shop business. We spent 800 rupees, very less, as a proof of concept. I wanted to show them how it works. I spent 800 rupees and we made about 45 to 60,000 rupees. I don't want to make this look very attainable because the truth is both these businesses had good fundamentals. It had good creative and it had good delivery. It had good foundations. The product was good. The system was good. I've attached the information that I've spoken about so far in document below in the description. You can click the link, hop on and download it. I'm not collecting your emails. But one thing I will ask from you is if you found value and if you think what I said makes sense and it would help you, I would really appreciate if you liked this video, commented and subscribed. Now that we're done with that, I'm gonna eat. I hope I ate. I'm just kidding. But yeah, now I'm gonna eat. I'll see you next Sunday. Cheers.